Radhe Radhe, a spiritual good morning to one and all. Mommy and I are here to record this class recap video for our Bhagavad Gita Recitation series. Today we started chapter 2, so we'll present the 5 verses that were covered in class. For more information, please feel free to look at the description section below for information on how to get all the slides and videos and other reference material. And with that, we'll go ahead and start sharing and talking about the recitation content. The first thing is we're using, as always, Swami Mukundananji's online version of his book, Bhagavad Gita, the Song of God. That's available at this website, www.holy-bhagavad-gita.org. And again, as I mentioned, we are now in chapter 2 for recitation. We'll start off with chapter 2, verse 1.
Radhe Radhe, whenever we start a chapter, we start with the starting prayer. So we'll go about it. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha Atha Dvitiyodhyayaha Sankhya Yogaha Sanjay Uvacha Tam Tatha Kripaya Vishtam Ashru-purna-kulekshanam Vishidantam idam vakyam Uvacha madhusudanaha. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Kutastva kashmalam idam Vishame samupasthitam Anarya Jushtam Aswargyam Akirti Karam Arjuna Klebyam Masma Gamah Partha Nai Tatvayupapadyate Kshudram Hridaya Dorbalyam Tyaktvotishtha Parantapa. Arjuna Uvacha Katham Bhishmam Aham Sankhye Dronam Cha Madhusudana Ishubhif Pratiyotsyami Pujarha Varisudana Gurun Hatva Hi Mahanubhavan Shreyo bhoktum bhekshamapi haloke Hatvartha kamamstu guru nihaiva Bhunjiya bhogan rudhira pradigdhan. So before Gagan starts explaining them a little bit, I want to say that chapter 2, first 4 verses are the shlokas which have 32 syllables. So each pada has 8 syllables. So we are using the meter, that is Tristub meter is being used. And then the 5th one has 44 syllables, and that is where we use the Anustub meter. So singing becomes little different because each pada has 11 syllables. So total 44. Another important point is whenever there is the visarg, or in English when we say colon, comes before the per word, that is P syllable, per sound, it is sounded as fa. When we say gamaha separately, we will say gamaha. But when we are reciting the words, we will say gamaf parth. We'll produce fa sound. Klebyam masma gamaf partha. Okay. Then another place also similar, that is Ishubhif pratiyotsyami. When we say Ishubhi separately, it is Ishubhihi. But when we are reciting together with pratiyotsyami, we'll say Ishubhif pratiyotsyami. So the first sound will come. And then now Gagan can explain these verses.
Yeah, very briefly, chapter 2, verses 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. First one, catchphrase, moved by tears. Sri Krishna has seen Arjun in his grief-stricken state, and he is, of course, moved by his tears. And that's why Sanjay says that Sri Krishna spoke the following words, which then start with chapter 2, verse 2. There is a sense of compassion that Sri Krishna is showing as the Supreme Lord to Arjun, the divine soul, but there's the confusion Arjun has leading to his delusion, which is the compassion he has towards the material body. He hasn't yet revealed or recognized that understanding of the soul, which is why he's also got a lot of delusion about potentially killing people in the Kaurav army, because he's identifying everything at the material and body level. Chapter 2, verse 2, Supreme Start. This is where at length Sri Krishna starts his wisdom and dialogue. As a reminder, in chapter 1, verse 25, that's when Sri Krishna actually had said the very first few words to Arjun, something to the effect of, behold the Kurus gathered here. But chapter 2, verse 2 here is where the real extent of the Bhagavad Gita dialogue unfolds. So this is Sri Krishna actually, contrary to what you might expect, pulling up Arjun. Rather than having sweet words, it is Sri Krishna talking to Arjun and asking him right away, why is he behaving in that manner? Because it doesn't befit him. In fact, in chapter 2, verse 3, he summons or beckons him as Parth, the son of Pritha, Kunti, and really invoking that noble stature and background to again remind him about his duty and dharma as a Kshatriya warrior. And this is where, again, as the most supreme and skillful teacher and guru, Sri Krishna is purposely making Arjun uncomfortable. Again, contrary to what you might expect, making Arjun uncomfortable so that that helps Arjun become curious about how to overcome these hurdles. And of course, with all that wisdom and assistance from Sri Krishna, be able to research those questions and rise much, much higher spiritually. Chapter 2, verse 4, war or worship. This is Arjun getting towards chapter 2, verse 5, where he's essentially made a decision that for him, it is not right to have war against people like Bhishma, Guru Dronacharya, and others who he respects a lot as elders and teachers. So that is Arjun again going back to his state of delusion. And in chapter 2, verse 5, he in fact states that he wouldn't want to have any victory or kingdom or material pleasures, potentially with that blood of the Kaurav side. Instead, he would rather live in this world by begging. So in essence, this is the summary for chapter 2, verses 1 through 5.
And I would like to do one correction. I think I exchanged the names. So the one with 32 syllables is Anustubh meter, and the one with 44 syllable is Tristubh meter. So that is how it goes. Anustubh meter for 32 syllables, 8 in each pada, and Tristubh meter for 44 syllables, 11 syllables in each pada. I hope this helps. I can do once again all the 5 verses. Sanjay Uvacha Tam Tatha Kripayavishtam Ashrupurna Kulekshanam Vishidantam Idam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudanaha Shri Bhagavanuvacha Kutastva idam vishame samupasthitam anarya jushtam aswargyam akirtikaram arjuna klebhyam masmagamah partha naitattvayupapadyate shudram hridaya daurbalyam त्यक्त्वोत्तिष्ठ परन्तप अर्जुन उवाच कथं भीष्मम् अहं सङ्ख्ये द्रोणं च मधुसूदन इषुभिः प्रतियोत्स्यामि पूजार्हा वरिसूदन गुरून् हत्वा हि महानुभावान् श्रेयो भोक्तुं भैक्ष्यमपीह लोके हत्वार्थकामांस्तु गुरूनिहैव भुञ्जीय भोगान् रुधिरप्रदिग्धान्. So I hope that helps you for practicing these 5 verses till we meet next week when we start from verse number 6.
Thank you so much. Happy spiritual journeys, and we'll ride along together for chapter 2 of this Bhagavad Gita recitation series. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.